Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to that Trilogy Reviews, where I bring you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And today we're talking about Spider-Man 3. Comment below what is your least favorite part about this movie, because I'm pretty sure this is everyone's least favorite Spider-Man movie, and it's objectively pretty not good. Fun fact, though, when I was younger, when this movie came out in 2007, I watched it, and I was in love with Spider-Man at the time. I was like 8, 9 years old, and I cried at the end of this movie. It was one of the first few movies to make me cry, along with like The Marine with John Cena. It was one of the first few movies to make me ever cry, and now I cry all the time because I'm a fucking crybaby. Anyway, Spider-Man 3 did not deserve my tears because this movie's not that great. It has some good elements to it. The action's pretty okay. Um, and like I said, it has some good elements to it. I like all the actors in it. Like, Harry Osborn is very good in this. James Franco as Harry is pretty good as in the trilogy, but he could have been better, especially in this movie. Harry has so much potential to be such a dynamic character, and he is, for the most part. Being Peter Parker's best friend, but also Spider Man's like one of his worst enemies, and this because he killed his father, and that's still going on to now, and now he knows Peter's Spider Man, and same with Mary Jane knows he's Spider Man, and it's just, and then they introduced this fuck ass like, but then the other two villains of this movie just suck. I think the way they handle them just sucks. It sucks. Sandman, we get Sandman, which Sandman's cool, I guess. If they did it the way it's supposed to just be done, just he does what he does for his daughter. But then they throw in this whack ass storyline about how Sandman shot Uncle Ben. Yeah, spoilers by the way, about how he shot and killed Uncle Ben in the first movie, which completely wipes the whole like idea of Spider-Man or Peter Parker learning a lesson of great power comes great responsibility, of just learning every lesson ever, even becoming Spider-Man is no longer valid, because in Spider-Man 1 Spider-Man let the guy go who went on to go kill Uncle Ben, and that was like one of Spider-Man's biggest regrets. And it just, you ruined that by throwing in a cog in the wrench. Another guy just happened to be out there and was working. He was an accomplice with the other guy, so it still matters. No, it's not even in the comic books. They just threw that shit in there to make a Sandman more appealing, and it didn't even do that. Like, not more appealing, but more interesting. And it didn't even do that. Sandman's still fucking boring, the worst villain out of like the 4 villains or 5 villains in the trilogy. I would literally put Venom above him just because Venom looks cool, and Venom, at least the guy who ends up becoming Venom, I can't believe I can't think of it. Eddie Brock. I can't believe I can't think of his name, but it just shows you how least interesting of a character he is. But he ends up becoming Venom, and the way he becomes Venom, what his intentions are after Venom, I understand. Peter Parker really fucked him over. But like, I'm completely skipping out the bad parts of this movie. Also, is all the dancing. Like, I didn't realize how much dancing there were. I remember liking this movie for a long time because, like I said, it made me cry. And I would defend it, and I'd be like, the dancing just, is a small part of it. It's not that cringy. Just get over it. But there's just a lot of it in here, and he does it multiple times, and he always looks emo. Like, when Spider-Man, symbiote Spider-Man sucks ass in this movie. When Spider-Man gets the black suit, it's bad. None of the scenes are good. It's just cringy. Him being bad. I don't know why they even tried it. Just put Venom on the other guy. As soon as Venom gets off of him and goes on to the other guy, the movie at least gets better, because it's like the last 20 minutes of the movie. I would say the first 10 minutes of the movie is good, because you get like reintroduction of all these characters, and it's all sad and all emotional, and like I said, it's just interesting because the movie's starting. And then like the last 20 minutes of the movie is really good because it's action. You get some closure and conclusions, kinda, and people die and things, and people move on, and it's just, I don't know. Sandman kind of just goes away. I remember thinking Sandman had a conclusion, but no, he just kind of went away. And he's the only villain to ever live, because the guy who was inside of Venom, Eddie Brock, right? He just fucking throws himself into a grenade and dies. Like, that was kind of lame. Um, but the whole like teaming up, Harry Osborn teaming up with Spider Man was really cool. Anytime, the time that Spider Man threw the grenade back at Harry. Okay, the only time I liked symbiote Spider Man or dickhead Spider Man is when he confronted Harry, and they were like arguing, and Spider Man or Peter Parker was finally giving it back to Harry, because Harry's always kind of is the pretty boy, dickhead kind of cool guy, whatever, rich boy. And Peter's just like a really smart friend, and he's just always taking shit from Harry, kind of, because he kind of deserves the shit because he killed his father. But as soon as he gets the symbiote like feel on him, he's a dickhead, and he fights Harry, and I think that's one of the best fights of the whole movie, just because it's emotional. Like I said, Harry had a lot of potential to be such a deep and interesting character, and they kind of do it right, but not enough. It's not enough of a focus. Harry should have just been the single main villain of this movie. They should have somehow really fleshed out that story. You could have had Venom in here, I still, and had that, but don't make symbiote Spider-Man. Just have it fall on Eddie Brock and have him hate Spider-Man and be like, oh, God blessed me with this thing, and now I can't believe that too. That was the terrible scene. I don't think enough people talk about how bad this scene is, in which Eddie Brock, I hope that's his name, 'cause I keep saying it, the guy who becomes Venom, he fucking goes to a church and starts praying to kill Spider-Man. That you don't pray for shit like that. That's just not how life works. That's so weird. And it was just a really out of place, unnecessary scene. Oh yeah, because that's the same church in which he instantly has the shit fall on him. I get it now, the Venom shit. But still, you could have just like had that and then have it just fall on him. It didn't have to fall on him from Spider-Man, and like randomly they're together. I just remember not liking much about this movie. I just watched it a couple days ago. Like I said, I enjoyed the action. I guess Sandman was boring. Eddie Brock was kind of meh. Symbiote Spider-Man was extremely cringy throughout. Mary Jane just got fucking shitted on the entire movie, and I barely remember anything about her in this movie. Harry was probably the best character and best performance to me. Like I said, especially when he got like half his face blown off and he came back, and then his death in the end really made me sad when I was a kid. And I still liked him. I think he's one of the more underrated characters in in the trilogy or in the Spider-Man world. Being Peter Parker's best friend, but also Spider-Man's rival. It's just deep shit. We lack so many deep villains. Like Green Goblin's a good villain because he was not really deep, but you understood his point of view. But we definitely lack deep villains, and I don't know, a lot of potential wasted. It's crazy to have like two perfect like comic book movies in Spider-Man 1 and 2, and then completely shit on that in Spider-Man 3 by rushing it, being cringy, not making a lot of like actual sense the way things were happening. Like just characters making weird decisions a lot, and just it just wasn't fulfilling, and it sucks. But for me, my final verdict: this is a 5 out of 10. This is just an average ass movie. I wouldn't watch it again. But if you forced me to, I guess I wouldn't hate it, but I wouldn't really like it. It just is. It's just Spider Man. Yeah, I don't know. That's my opinion on it. Let me know what you guys do like or don't like about this movie down below. Next up, I'm gonna start reviewing the DC universe, starting off with like Man of Steel and Wonder Woman. Definitely looking forward to that. And let me know what you guys think of the Spider-Man trilogy, which is your favorite and why down below. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.